This is a strange dimension. Maybe I can learn more about him from here. Hello everyone, welcome to the Darkness, and I am DarknessStone. And today we're doing a slightly different video from normal. And no, it's not about the ARG, but if you want your creepy part, here, have me with a FNAF ambience. Instead of a commentary, we are talking about an online show, and we are theorizing about it. I am not film theory. Please do not make me become film theory. Today we are talking about ENA. I also understand that this is 100% different from what I normally do, but I talked with my fan Discord, which there is a link in the description, and they said a video like this every once in a while would be a good way to avoid one-trick content. Now to explain who and what ENA is. ENA is an online series created by Joel G, a content creator that's been on the platform for around 5 years. One thing that is very evident in his works is the amount of exploration in it. Their work goes from full-voiced animations to music videos to bizarre concepts. Joel currently has 2 running series, Hands Up, which is a buddy cop show, which I love the animation for, and ENA, a surrealist comedy made in poly-style graphics that remind most of early PlayStation graphics. The show follows the titular character ENA and her friend Mooney through different adventures in a strange land that has no real title. So to make it easier from here, I will call this world Carnia. One thing that is immediately obvious in this show is that it's a strange style and it has unique character design. It's full of strange 2D and 3D graphics meshed together in such a way that it looks natural to the environment that they're in. Even though this series is based on comedy, it has reoccurring characters and has them interact in similar ways throughout the show. In a way, they have canon characteristics. Currently, this series has 3 episodes. In order, they are Auction Day, Extinction Party, and Temptation Stairway. I will say, unless you are watching this during the premiere, go watch these videos before you finish this one. They are quite entertaining and they keep your attention. I assume you would also like some context on what I'm going to be talking about today. To understand ENA, we must first learn about it. The main character, ENA, has 4 personalities, for some reason also smelling like chocolate milk, that we are currently aware of. There is happy, sad, depressed, and drunk. Now, even though the depressed side is labeled as the sad side on the wiki, I see it as something we need to talk about later. But for now, there are 4. The happy side, which is the yellow part of the main ENA face. It's very upbeat and silly, and has a surprisingly large vocabulary. The sad side is the blue side of the normal face of ENA in their normal state. It often talks in a kind of voice, and it seems slightly childish. The depressed side is where ENA's form begins to change. This form makes half of their face white with a blue eyeball, signifying which side the white is on, while the other half is completely blacked out. This version of ENA is completely erratic and almost unpredictable, throwing tantrums and freaking out constantly. Their drunk side is the opposite of this, with a smile and a yellow eyeball. This side talks slowly and seems to talk in almost a mocking tone. Now there is another character in the show that shows up more than once. Mooney. They also have different forms, and it changes on a variety of factors, but most of the time it changes based on the environment or events that have happened in said episode, and it's usually changing the item that comes out of her body. In Auction Day, they had a block coming out of their head that seemed to be a reference to the block storm that happened later in the short. Extinction Party has Mooney in a large hole in their head, meaning nothing, like the empty hallways in the short. Then in Temptation Stairway, Mooney has a mannequin leg for the first part of the video, and at the end, she has a staff similar to the Shepherd, a character from the short that we meet through ENA herself. With this, we know that Mooney's state changes depending on time or events. Now, the world of ENA, or Carnia, is a strange one to say the least, being full of strange or disturbing people and places. From the place where Mooney lives that seems to be a maze of a housing complex, to the auction place that has strange people that we do not see again called head tombs that bet on a dog in an hourglass. I will get that marketable plushie, I swear to God, someday when I can afford it.
I've turned myself into a marketable plushie.
For each of these places, we meet characters that are just as wacky and strange as ENA and Mooney. Like the brick frog that kicks ENA back into gear, and one of my favorite characters, Ulysses, a strange man who gives ENA advice on how to proceed. Carnia has many shapes, sizes, colors, and realms to it. From empty realms of breaking reality to a polyplane with an oasis of dogs floating. Carnia, however, is not what it seems. A strange world with a base of early 3D graphics and the girl before the mirror. This world, and in turn ENA, are corrupted. Now, some of you may ask, Stone, I understand this world is strange, but how can you say it's corrupt? Now, when I say corrupt, I don't mean American politicians corrupt. I mean corrupt in the way that files on a computer get corrupted. And with Carnia, I think it's getting worse. To begin this, I'll have to state what I am thinking in full, or else the threads I put up won't make any sense. I believe that ENA is in a simulation within a slowly degrading computer, getting more and more broken. And ENA themselves are trying to put themselves back together. Now, I know this sounds like a huge leap, but with my thought process and what we have so far, I believe it's a possibility, not fact. This is entirely my theory and it is no way canon. And I could easily be wrong, and I could easily be overthinking it. Now to begin, I will explain my thought process on why I think this whole series is in a computer. There is one reason I think this in particular: code. In this world, code is the main factor, and menus are king. There are several reasons why I think this, but we will start with an order of release. Now, there isn't really much in the first episode to confirm this, but the second episode gives us our first real piece of evidence. At the beginning of the episode, Eda meets with this man who does not have a name in canon, but is named as Guardian Entity on the wiki, who, when ENA approaches, asks ENA for a blood sample to see if they fit within the community standards.
Your exterior isn't up to our community's typical standards. Present a blood sample at once.
With this being said, pop-ups come up and say, present a blood sample. Many of you would recognize these pop-ups, because most of you have witnessed them on your own computer. After a small breakdown from ENA, he also ran a setup to check ENA's threat level in the same kind of pop-up box.
Calculating threat level. Calculation terminated. Shut up and go in peace.
Next is from Temptation Stairway. After failing to reach the Great Runus in time, they were sent to a room with pillars and a large pool of blue code in the center. They talk with Ulysses, who tells them if they want to leave before their 10,000 or years are up, they would have to go through the holy code in the room. Jumping through it starts their quest to get to the Great Runus. Now, with Runus, the reason ENA and Mooney want to go find him is because he can so-called grant wishes. Now, to understand what I'm saying, next we're going to have to talk about some computer tech knowledge. Now, with computers, to make something happen on a computer, almost anything, they need to go through the computer itself, and most often is a command panel. Runus, spaced out, is run as a command for Windows computers to run things as an administrator, making things happen past commands or normal limits for the user. Now, a god in this realm is someone who can control the control panel, the administrator, meaning they were trying to get to a person who controls the program, or the computer to make something happen. For Mooney, it was to make them thinner.
Cheese and rice, Mooney!
Alright! I wish to be thinner! So what?
To someone who controls the control panel, that can easily be done. Mooney also says that the Great Runus is not that handsome in person, and honestly, I think that this block of text is pretty damn sexy. Fuck you, Mooney. This is the beginning on why I think this series is in a computer. There are more reasons as well. One thing I want to go back to is Extinction Party. In the episode, you meet two characters named Mercy and Robert. Now, one thing that is clear is that these two's dialogues is deliberately mistranslated, because when they are both translated, they have similar words and similar meanings. In the subtitles, they have a pleasant conversation with ENA, but their body language is way different. Mercy's is erratic and forceful, stomping and moving around at random. Robert's is less erratic, but way more word-based. Having much less interaction with ENA, they cry, wipe their tears, and then disappear into a flash of light, like he imploded on himself. They both say things along the lines of "get out of here before it's too late," and "do not accept anything from anyone around here." Luckily, ENA was the one going to give a gift, and not receiving one. With this context, she could have been locked in this area if she took a gift from someone. That could be code for being a firewall of sorts, and those there are trapped by it. Now that they have something, they cannot get out. Now there is another character who speaks in another language, the Shepherd, who speaks in Russian and sometimes Ukrainian. I had a Russian friend of mine translate, and the subtitles are correct. And my Russian friend said that even the accent was good. I honestly wish there was more. I really like that character. Now some of you may say, we can't really think this series is fully in a computer, and it has personalities, many of them. Wouldn't a brain like that, on that kind of level, break the computer like this? With that I say, who says the personalities are fully ENA? I believe that each personality we have seen on screen, which is once again the happy, sad, depressed, and drunk, are one fragmented mind, who cannot exist all at once within one person without destroying everything. Now I know that sounds strange, especially when ENA's main form has both the happy and sad parts, and they are both together almost constantly because of the blue and yellow on their face. But I honestly think that there are almost opposite sides of the same person. While the yellow side is confident, the blue is not. Where the yellow side is silly, the blue is sad. One reason I also think they are one and the same is also because of the way they talk and the way their faces change. Most often when the yellow side is talking, it's the happy voice.
Oh no 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 no.
And the blue side is the sad voice.
Oh, I felt woundness in that sentence, so...
Yet in Temptation Stairway, the yellow side starts to talk when the blue voice comes out, most prominently in the beginning of the episode.
I want to go home. I don't like this party. I'm allergic to people.
Then, the opposite happened later in a video, a little bit over 10 minutes. The yellow voice is speaking, but the blue side's mouth is moving.
You're all living a lie!
I believe that these two are fusing together, which would cause a ripple effect which might have allowed the yellow voice to scream out when the depressed phase was out here with Findle.
Kabow!
Why is everyone punching me so softly today?
Quit the hitting and finish the job!
Another reason I believe this is the ending of Temptation Stairway. At the end of the episode, the two start to partially fuse, with ENA almost becoming fully yellow, which means now both sides are yellow. With this, I am starting to think that these two personalities are becoming two sides of the same coin, or two parts of a same person or a singular personality, with the yellow taking the main focus. I believe that both the depressed personality and the drunk personality are extremes of the main two personalities, and that these personalities are a lot more than meets the eye. First side I want to bring up is the depressed side, who comes up almost randomly and whose personality is frantic and unhinged. They show up in each episode at least once. She has had multiple breakdowns and some very strange dialogue, screaming about achieving nothing and even asking why people are hitting them so softly that day. This personality I think is contributing to the blue side, but has split off to its own side from its own extremes, forcing a separation. This side I speculate to be ENA's second darkest side. The reason I say second darkest will come to play later. Now, with the depressed side, I would like you all to think about depression. I would like you to think about how complicated depression is, especially in the way we see it portrayed in Depressed ENA. We see it sectioned off from the main personalities, and I can see why. Even though high-functioning depression does exist, with me myself being an example of someone who has it, I cannot see ENA as someone who has high-functioning depression. The depression side of ENA is way too extreme to allow someone to function properly, and that may be why it's split off. But there is also now a problem. The yellow voice is starting to come out when the depressed side has come out once. That occasion being with their encounter with Findle, back with the line of "Why is everyone hitting me so softly today?" The yellow voice came out, but the depression side was out. Then in the banana room, the yellow voice yells something that sounds like it would come out from the depressed side. You're all living a lie. With this, I feel like the walls between the two are cracking, allowing each side to link into the other. This could also be the reason why yellow has now become the full body color. With all the evidence provided, I believe that these three sides are slowly mixing. Blue has already gone fully into yellow, and the depressed side is starting to leak into yellow as well. If they all fuse together, I believe that it will break the system. These three sides, there is one thing that I think is important to them: individuality. They are different from everyone else in this world. They have many personalities, more than one. They are the only person in this world that we have seen with any kind of the abilities they have. Individuality is important to ENA, and that's what leads us to Temptation Stairway. During each video of the series, we have seen how stress affects ENA. It causes the depressed side to come out. Then in Temptation Stairway, when ENA's stress became too much, they broke. This was the form we saw ENA go into in Temptation Stairway. Skin going gray, eyes moving down to the hands, losing color and becoming blank. I like to call this form Broken ENA. This form was caused by one of the personalities, yellow, being removed from the body. We could see this by going frame by frame. You could see the color yellow be consumed by gray before it is ripped out via static. Without the yellow, that only leaves the depressed and the blue side. A recipe for disaster. A breakdown. We now get to individuality. I believe by going in that form, that is representing ENA losing her individuality. But each personality can be lost. They get a step closer to becoming what the rest of the people there are, blank, the mannequins. Now, the reason I say this, and the way I do say it, is because of this scene. Mannequins and ENA switch out for a couple of frames at a time. This showing that this could be ENA, whether it's her not getting to Runas, her losing her personalities, or her just failing by this scene. We know that ENA and the mannequins are related in some way. ENA's personalities is what makes her an individual. We have discussed that too many personalities could crash the system. That's why these mannequins are mannequins. They're just blank, just like ENA could be if she loses too much. If ENA fails at a quest, she could just load in via mannequin, placing her personalities together in a body. That's why I say that these mannequins and ENA are related. Now to discuss the final personality. The drunk personality. But as I alluded to earlier, I do not think that they are the drunk personality. I think this personality is more than it seems. As the white-faced depressed side is an extreme of the sad side, I think the drunk side is the extreme of the happy side. But we know that this happy side is mischievous, silly, and can easily communicate. It knows what it wants. It went to go give Mooney a gift, they went to the auction, etc. I will call this side the corrupted personality. The reason I call it this is because it's based on its tone and actions as well as what has happened to it. I feel the side is smarter than it lets on, not just more in general, but more about their environment. It is aware of its fabricated reality, and it is breaking the system more. We see in Extinction Party, it breaks into its form a few times, showing two different forms which has been called by the fandom as Demon ENA and Diabla ENA. Both of these have assets not seen anywhere else. Demon ENA has a different color scheme with the orange and green. It also has a smaller normal face of ENA on its forehead, and also having horns. We have never seen ENA with those again, nor have we seen that color scheme again. Next is ENA Diabla, based on the Adurnian dance from some Spanish traditions, usually defined by a mask and a devil suit worn during the dance. Now, I personally think this is just a cool Easter egg, but we also do not see any of the assets like these, except for one. The gray on this. The same kind of gray that is on Broken ENA. The corrupted personality is aware of the program, yet might not be fully aware of it yet. I believe this side could be the final nail in the coffin for the program. If it connects with all three sides, like the blue has now mixed with the yellow, it could break the system. But there is one problem. I feel like this personality is somehow mixed with the program, so if it does fuse with the personalities, it might destroy itself. I feel like this personality is fusing with this world, or the electronic basis that it is made out of, which could lead to a brain that could no longer function. It would be missing something where the code has replaced part of the brain inside the simulation. A simple way to put it is this. You have two people's skulls open to look at their brains. One of them looks normal, all flesh, while the other looks like it has some empty space or some computer tech which it can't biologically use. Which one do you think is missing a part of themselves? Which one do you think would function better, or even function at all? That could, however, be part of the plan. ENA's mind is fragmented by the personalities. The mind is no longer whole. There has to be a reason for that. It could be someone who is running the computer is trying to help ENA through some sort of trauma, or trying to teach them how to handle a mental illness. It is possible that ENA could have DID, or dissociative personality disorder, because they do not seem to be able to control the changes of their forms, stated by ENA in Auction Day when they say, sincerest apologies.
This is going to be so
Awful. I think this is going to be the worst day of my life.
Wow, look at the crowd today, ENA. Everyone's ugly. Today's item must be super special. What do you think it is?
Why would I know? I'm too stupid to even imagine anything.
Sincerest apologies.
But a problem with that is that they seem to have memories of each personality, or remember what they did with said personality. They are able to hold a conversation between happy, sad, and depressed states.
Oh, I felt woundness in that sentence, so... What now? Are you gonna shoot me or something? Come on, do it!
Good sir, your safety concerns are valid. However, you must be able to see that this is very important. Very, very important. Very, very much imperch.
And most of the time, DID will not allow you to do that. So I'm not sure if that could be the case. but combining could allow them to escape the simulation, but with the possibility of the corrupted personality mixing with the code, they might not come out whole. They could end off worse than when they entered. The other possible reason is trauma, and I honestly think that that is the most likely case in this scenario. The reason for this is surprisingly not from the series, but from Joel G's website. On said website, you can make your own ENA. To get different options for your ENA, you need to explore the website and unlock Easter eggs. It can be done by spamming X at the top of the page, typing a code, finding Joel G's dog avatar at the bottom, and even changing your computer's time to 3:33 AM to show ENA Diabla in the background. The one that makes me think it's trauma is the Easter egg around Forget Your Past Easter egg. Now, something I did for this story was I went through the website's code, and I found links to YouTube videos, even one where it's a channel called Gobu, which apparently the animation Easter eggs from this website are based on. Now, the Forget Your Past. If you type that into the website, it gives you a new costume. Now, this is the only time in ENA medium that this phrase has been used in so far. Now, with this phrase, what does it mean? Normally with a phrase like this, there is something you need to forget. In this case, your past. What does ENA need to forget in her past? What caused her to fragment? Maybe that's why she's in the computer in the first place. My personal theory is abuse. Because of that line that I keep going back to. Why is everyone hitting me so softly today? Maybe a regretful parent who lost her child is trying to bring them back, but because of the abuse ENA suffered, their mind became fragmented. They broke. Now to move forward and recover, they need to forget their past, so that they may look towards a brighter future. This could be why the corrupted personality is the way it is. It is losing said memories, so it is breaking. Can you say anything that makes sense? What are you saying?
What are you even saying? Can't you say anything that makes sense?
All questioning things. That part could be mixing with the code, but that may be what the person controlling the simulation wants. They are using it to remove the memories that are corrupting ENA, deleting their trauma. So what do I feel like is the overall story of ENA? I think it is a broken online world, hosting a broken person. Whether it be from mental illness or just dropping the brain on the way to the stasis pod. Butterfingers, am I right? Something is wrong, but here is my personal headcanon for the story. Throughout ENA's childhood, she was abused by one of her parental figures, which one day they had a breakdown so bad or they got abused so hard they broke. They stopped talking and eating. They just shut down. Their other parental figure found this out and became determined to save ENA, but after finding out how broken ENA has gotten, they knew they had to try something. They did their own research and made a possible way to fix their daughter, but to get back the smiling girl she was before, they need to remove the thing that broke her, the abuse. I believe the world is glitching apart, not able to handle everything going on because of its rushed nature. People there have lost their individuality and their lives, and looking for a way to get them back, they go to the Great Runas, someone who may grant wishes. What do you think ENA would have wished for? Because I know what said parental figure would wish for. The pieces are starting to come together. It'll break apart, and I can't wait to see the journey towards the end. Now that the video is over, let's move on to the fan art feature. First up is Phoenix Straws on Twitter and on the fan Discord. They made this chibi stone and I love it a lot. He has fluffy hair and he makes me smile. Thank you so much for this. Up next we have a piece from Bun on Discord with this bunny me. I love this so much. They draw their avatar in this like bunny style. It's really cute and it's done really well. I would buy it and hug a plushie like this. Now we have two pieces from Innocent Bean 666 on the Discord who drew my avatar as a bear. They have their two OCs there and the rabbit is just kind of scared of the rat. It is dead behind those eyes. Most would be scared. I personally thought it was cute. They then drew me walking out of the darkness. You took his glasses and now he angry. Thank you so much for the art. Next we have a piece from Plutonium T on Discord. I hope I said that right. They drew darkness on a throne. Man, this design is so amazing. Look at the detail, the shading, and the ears are well done too, and everything about this piece is amazing. I love the chair so much. Up next we got an art piece by ScarletRosalia on Discord. They made this beautiful piece that has darkness with his angel wings, his ice and lightning power showing, and with a milkshake. This piece is beautiful. The slight glow, the eyes, it's very, very well done. Thank you so much for this. Now we got a piece from SquishCandy on Discord. They make Dark look fucking unhinged. Your knack of knowledge and logic has made him snap. This could be a reference to my evil laugh in my commentary videos when I hit something juicy. Thank you so much for this art piece. We have also got a piece from sylviablackmun on Discord. This is honestly so pretty. Like, this looks like something you would see from a game like Hades for a talk sprite. Like the detail in the hair, the shading, the scarf, it's all very well done. Thank you so much. Up next is a Thonk emote submission by darlingcorly, and it's just a little fun piece redone from the previous scarf design. Thank you so much for this. Lastly, we have this pic from Tommy drawing me with their avatar as Darkness Dad. He needs to hold the child's hand to make sure they don't get lost. You do not go to the candy section without asking first. I do not want to lose the child. This is very well done. Thank you, Tommy. And guys, with that, this will end this video. I hope you guys did enjoy this little bit of a tangent off from my normal videos. If you want more like these, let me know. And I hope to see you guys next time. See ya. Enjoy the dogs.
Run!